Hey, my name is Genaya. I'm from Wichita, Kansas, man. A young, aspiring artist, and we tapped in with the debut, man. Facts with Flax. Let's go.
So, for the people that don't know you and are wondering who you are, what was your childhood like, and who was Genaya as a kid?
Wondering what my childhood was like. Man, I want to say I had a real well-balanced childhood. I feel like I'm really well-rounded. You know, I had my mom's, up until she passed, my daddy, my grandma, Then I had real old school grandparents too. I had godparents that gave me structure. So I want to say I had a great childhood for real, just running through the street, being bad, getting dirty, you know how that stuff go, playing basketball, so yeah.
Yeah, normal everyday thing
Oh,
as a
for
kid.
sure.
So, growing up in Kansas, who were some of your musical influences early on? Who did you grow up listening to?
I definitely grew up to like Pac. My mama thought Pac was her boyfriend, so we listened to a lot of Pac, Mary J, 50, Lil Wayne at a point for sure.
Definitely Lil Wayne.
Yeah, definitely Lil Wayne. I want to say just a lot of them. Now I see what people be on when people ask them that question. They be like, "Damn, it's hard to think of everybody," you know. But yeah, just a whole lot of everything, man. A lot of R&B, old school. My daddy played a lot of old school rap. Your Ghetto Boys and
definitely.
just that banging on wax, all of that. So yeah.
So growing up around that type of music, that type of environment, how much would you say that your upbringing has shaped your lyrical content?
My upbringing, I would say a lot, to be honest, because just the music that I listen to, my mama could blow the house off. She could sing her like an angel, for real, and and she wrote poetry too. So I feel like a lot of that, and then listening to what my daddy had, then going to church, just and singing in the choir, it all helped me to just come together. But as far as, the gift, it's a gift for real. You know what I'm saying?
So basically everything that's Genaya is Genaya.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
for
I like
sure.
that. Because a lot of people tend to gravitate to whoever they listen to.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
They listen to Pac, they feel like they gotta be street.
Yeah,
They listen to Mary J. Blige, they feel like they gotta make R&B
Right.
cater to, being heard
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, and I don't think that that's necessarily true. I feel like whoever you are as an artist should come from within.
For sure.
It should be you. Now, there are people who can influence you, but
Yeah, for sure.
you should be you from start to finish.
For sure.
And that's something I do like about you as an artist.
I appreciate
And I noticed that the first time you performed, I was like, her content is on a whole nother level.
I appreciate that.
Like, I didn't hear anything negative. I didn't hear anything influencing people to take drugs or pick up a gun. It was like, what you were singing, what you were rapping about, I felt like that was some of the stuff I went through.
Yeah.
It was some of the stuff I thought about. But
Yeah, for
you don't
sure.
typically hear that from artists.
Yeah.
So I want to say I'm thankful for you being able to do that.
I appreciate that.
But my next question is, do any non-musical genres like poetry or literature influence your lyrics? Like, do you read a book? Do you have movies that might give you an idea about a song?
Yeah.
How does that work?
All of that, man. All of that. All of that in a nutshell is what it is, for real. Because like I said, my mama did poetry. And then, movies, like Boys in the Hood. One of my favorite movies is 8 Mile. That one,
Yes.
that's my all-time right there. 8 Mile is, because I feel like I'm living that, you know? So 8 Mile was definitely one of them ones. But yeah, all of that, man. Like, I even redid one of Eminem's takes on one of them beats. I did that just because that influenced me that much. Them beats is raw, man, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Hustle and Flow. Ooh,
Come on,
it's
man.
hard out here for
That's
him.
bro.
Come on, man.
That
real.
made me pick up a pen, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, real
That
talk.
made me really see
Real
what it
talk.
meant to be an artist.
Yes.
What it really meant to push yourself.
Everything, for
So
sure.
I definitely agree with you on that pick. That was a great movie.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? But, a lot of people draw inspiration from different places.
Yeah,
And I like to get, artists to tell me what inspires you.
Yeah.
Because we're all inspired by something. We're all led on by something.
Right.
But I feel like what inspires you will show.
Yeah.
And I feel like whatever you've been through or whatever you're going through is having a positive effect on you.
Man.
So don't lose it.
What's up?
Keep going, wear it on your sleeve, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep it up because you're doing amazing.
I will, thank you.
Okay, but was there a specific moment you felt like made you take rap seriously?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to be honest, for a long time, I was like, I asked myself, like, what have I actually been doing to put in the work, you know, and I really hadn't. I had just been in the studio, you know, I went to South by Southwest a couple times, you know what I mean? But when every time I put my foot to the metal, I seen a response or a great response or a great reaction, you know, compared to my peers and things of that nature. So I always knew that I like had it, but it's like hard work beat talent any day, you know? So if you don't got that, then you might as well cancel it, you know what I'm saying? So that's what really inspired me. Like these last couple years, I had a partner that passed, and I know he gonna haunt me if I don't keep going. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it, you know. But yeah, man. And then especially this last time when I performed, like, and I just seen it. I'm like, oh man, I really gotta like put my foot to the metal and just really put that work in, and it gotta happen, you know.
It definitely does.
For sure.
But I want to speak about your performance for a minute. How did your performance on the debut differ from your performance on South by Southwest?
Man, to be honest, at South by Southwest, I just really was mingling, networking, and things of that nature. I didn't really do like no showcase or nothing like that, like how I should have, you know. But as far as the debut, I mean, compared to any experience that I've had, it's been through the roof, you know. Like this is one of them. This is that raw, that gritty. They was like, man, how is the environment? Hey, it's what you what you want, man. For real talk. So yeah, I feel like this experience, this can catapult people, you know. So my independent artists, man, get grinding. Come on through to the debut.
Definitely.
Hey, don't come with nothing whack now. I'm telling you, man. You know, and I'm just saying, man. But love to everybody for sure.
For sure. How did your family feel about your career choice?
My mama always told me I could do it. She said I can do whatever I put my mind to. My grandma loving it, you know. I didn't get a lot of, my daddy always knew he had a gym, but you know, it with the pops, it's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? Pops want to guide you and lead you, you know, and it's like, Daddy, like, Pops, come on, this is my life. You like, you know, go get a job, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of them is like, go get a job, but that, now the last performance now, I sent my Pops the performance, and he called me. He was like, hey, I'm crip walking right now. I said, not crip walking, oh man, you crazy, you know. But he like, well, what's next, you know? So, and I didn't really have that response from jump, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that I had a overall everything, you know what I'm saying? But
For sure.
yeah.
I mean, I just hope people can see it and take from the fact that you took a risk on yourself.
Yeah.
It paid off.
Yeah.
Not only did you already believe in yourself, but you made others believe in you.
Yeah.
And that's hard starting out as an artist, you know, because some people, if your parents don't typically support you, nah, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
If your friends don't support you, nah, I ain't gonna do it.
For
You
sure.
stuck through and you did great. Honestly, I was surprised.
You
I was
was?
like, she probably gonna give me some
Some
soft,
yeah.
you know, singing. I ain't really, I don't really want to hear that, but let's just see what we get.
Let's see what's happening.
And when you started, I was like, hey, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely adding that to the playlist.
That's what's happening.
I got to add that to the
for
playlist
sure.
because there's so much she's speaking about that I like, you know.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I like Future and everybody else.
Yeah, for sure.
But conscious rap is a lost art.
Man.
No, everybody can't do it, and the people that can, they overlook.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
But you gonna get your shine. We ain't gonna really worry about the naysayers right now. It ain't too many to overshadow what you doing.
Already.
So we gonna let them have that.
Yeah, already.
But how would you define your unique sound and style?
How would I define it? I would define it as raw, uncut. You know what I'm saying? I would define it as I want to say positivity, but at the same time, it's motivation because it's a lot of things like where we didn't came from out of poverty. Not a lot is positive about that, you know. So, yeah, yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, raw cut.
Yeah,
you feel me?
yeah, for sure.
And I think you're a product of coming from that nature and still making it out.
Yeah, for
we don't
sure.
have a lot of success stories.
Yeah, we
As
don't.
you probably know, there's not a lot of people come from your background and do great.
Right.
in anything,
Right.
sports, rapping, acting,
Right.
it don't matter.
Don't matter,
So I'm
yeah.
proud and I'm happy to see you sticking through it,
Man.
not giving into the bullshit, you
Man.
know, being Genaya.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. I love when
appreciate
artists
that,
be
man.
themselves unapologetic.
Yeah, I appreciate
Because that's all
that.
you can do.
Yeah.
You know, they gonna buy what you sell. So you might as well sell authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel.
Yeah, real
But,
talk. That's
you know,
real.
But what I want to know is, what inspires you the most when creating new music?
What inspires me the most? I would say what inspires me the most is life experiences. You know, just going through and just living life. Rather it be, you know, stuff going on with your family, or rather it be you taking a trip and seeing something new. You know, I feel like that's really what shapes it. Cause, man, I heard Ray Daniels said, he said, man, it sparks off of a conversation, man. You can get anything out of a conversation. And he told some stories about that. So I just feel like it's that, you know, the connection and going places and doing things.
I definitely agree. So what's your favorite part about making music? Like, what excites you? Is it creating a hook, or is it you getting down to the meat and potatoes with the verse? What is it?
Man, I feel like I don't know. I love both of them. To be honest, it's like a gumbo. You know, you gotta have
mix it.
all of it. Yeah, for sure.
Ingredients.
But I mean, I just want to say probably the verses. I mean, but I'm known to have some pretty good hooks as well. But it's just you able to really draw it out. But when I can get a hook in and I can really get my point across in that hook, I'm gonna go with that hook every
Yeah.
time, bro. For
Yeah.
real. For
No
real.
doubt. And to me, that's what I think as a listener, that's what catches my eye. If you gotta catch a hook,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'll stay around to
Yeah.
see what you're
Real
talking
talk,
about.
yeah.
But if that hook don't catch me, I'm gonna be like,
out, yeah.
I'll pass.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know? And I feel like artists need to pay attention to that. When you're making music, everybody's attention span nowadays are short.
Yeah.
You know, if it ain't 5 seconds or 10 seconds into a
Yeah.
good song, they gonna turn it. So I feel like as artists, they should take that into consideration.
For
When you're
sure.
making a song, every word need to hit.
Hit.
Everything you say need to capture a listener in
Yeah.
some type of way.
Yeah.
You know, but
More than a punchline.
thank you.
More than a punchline. We need more.
We need more. What else you got?
You better cook.
Well,
Yeah,
let
real
'em
talk.
cook.
Yeah.
Let them cook.
Real talk.
So with that being said, how do you ensure that every song that you make has its own unique message? It's not the same. It's not, you know,
Right.
how do you ensure that?
Man, I think about it, to be honest, like I think about it. I'm like, okay, because really a lot of music is just the same story in different ways, you know. But I think about that too, and I'll be like, I keep it in mind, like if I'm saying some of the same words in some of my tracks, I'm like, we gotta, because I'm really with that pen and I'm just really thinking about it. As far as the bars, not just overthinking stuff sometimes, but for the most part, I'm just mindful of what I've already said and how I've delivered it as well. But sometimes I critique myself. How can I deliver that message better? You know, so that's what I'll be on.
That's perfect. So in what ways does your upcoming work differ from what you've done before?
How does my upcoming?
Yeah, like
differ?
what you got new, what you got fresh. How is that different from when you first started?
Oh, man, I feel like they only get better. They supposed to.
They
I feel
supposed
like
to.
they supposed to. Now, yeah.
They supposed to now.
Yeah. But and then I'm like, nah, like I think about, okay, you went this hard last time, how can you go harder? And maybe it's harder in a different fashion, you know what I'm saying? But we got to bring a new element every time, for sure.
So what's something you want fans to take away from your music when they're listening?
I want them to don't take it with a grain of salt. I want you to take a whole bite of it, you know, because you need
Digest
it.
it.
Yeah, for real. Because, man, I just feel like as artists, we have a responsibility to what we feeding the youth. You know what I'm saying? What we feeding our people, man. And then we wonder why things is going on the way that they is and why they look at us the way that they is. But look at the image that we portraying. So it's like, I always vowed to myself, like, I'ma always come with a message. It has to have substance in it. I'm not just gonna talk about anything. I wanted to be able to help people. So, You know, I hope that it's healing for you. I hope that, you know, it can help you get through something. I hope that it might make you change your mind when you might be thinking about doing something that you might regret later on. So, I mean, yeah, real talk, that's it.
And see, I agree with that perspective because I feel like the youth need that.
They do.
There's so many artists out here now basically telling you to pick up a gun and crash out.
Yeah.
Or if this guy don't like this guy, then you should stand with your guy.
For
and,
sure.
You know, and I just feel like don't take away your life
Yeah.
for somebody else's expectations or what they feel you should do.
100%.
You should never do that.
Right.
And I feel like an artist like you could change that tide.
Man.
You could help a lot of young people understand, like, hey, I know you're going through
Yeah.
it, but don't go rob nobody. I understand you hurting right now,
Right.
but don't hurt nobody else that love you.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Peace,
Yeah.
prosperity, all
Right.
those good things.
All that.
I feel I get that from you when you rap.
Yeah,
So I definitely feel like what you just said, audience, artists, everybody tuning in should understand and actually take heed to what you say. Because I was speaking to somebody the other day about that. I was like, artists has an obligation to their audience, whether they
Yes.
sign up for it or not.
Right.
You have an obligation to teach the people that are
Yes.
listening to you.
Yes.
Now, if you don't want to do that, stop rapping.
That part.
You know, but you
Yeah.
can't want the money, the fame, the
Right.
cars, the
Right.
houses,
Right.
but you don't feel like you should tell the next person, like, I know I was rapping about,
Right.
but don't do that. bro.
Right, right.
You not me. We got different lives.
Yes,
You
that's
feel
it,
me?
yes.
And I feel like that's very important when, you know, artists, well, listeners are listening to artists.
Yeah.
They should, you know, understand that some of this is real, some of this isn't.
Yeah.
So you got to distinct and understand what is just rap and what is actually their life.
Right, real
You know,
life.
so I think that's important. But would you say your faith and love for God contributed to the building of your confidence as an artist? Or is that all you? Because it can be all you now.
Oh, come
But
on now.
I've
No
seen
way.
You know,
no
talk about
way.
God. I
For
liked
sure.
it.
For sure, man. Come on, man. Jesus is the reason for the season, man, every time.
He's
And it's
the
like
reason why.
you got to give him the glory, man, because people going to come and give you man-made glory. But it could never. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give it back to God because he blessed me with it. And that's just real. Like, he based my whole foundation. And I feel like he told me, look, daughter, if you... I understand you might not be perfect with it, but like always let them know because the goal is to bring people to him. You dig what I'm saying? And try and wonder where I'm shining and his light is flowing through me, man. Like you put your trust in him for real, you know?
I definitely agree because God has gotten us over a lot of hurdles, bro.
Come on, be
Through
real.
a lot of storms,
Be
you know.
real.
This business we in, as well as you and I.
Man.
We know it's a struggle, bro.
Man, struggle.
Starting off, ain't nobody gonna believe in you.
Man,
ain't nobody gonna
for
trust
sure,
you.
for
Nobody's
sure.
gonna want to invest. You have to make them believe.
Yes.
And I ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for God, a lot of those nights on that ride home with my boy.
Okay.
It was a couple nights he was like, you know what? I think I'm ready to just go back to a job and leave this where it's at.
Man.
But God got us through it, man. I'm not gonna lie.
For sure.
We kept faith.
For sure.
We steadied the course, and God got us through it. When I say I thank God every night because He opened so many doors, I didn't even know what's possible.
For real.
I'm not gonna lie.
Blow your mind.
Blew my mind.
Come on, man.
But that's something I did want to talk to you about because I noticed that from doing my research. I was like, she is a God-fearing person.
Oh, for sure.
I love it.
Yeah,
You know, I don't get no negative energy from watching her content. I don't. It's good.
Yeah.
You know, so that was one of the reasons I'm glad you got an interview.
Oh, for sure.
You feel me?
For
Because
sure.
I was like, I could talk to her.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like I'm just sitting up here.
Yeah, we can have a conversation for
You know,
sure.
we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
I like having conversations.
sure.
So that brings me to my next question. Have you ever considered collaborating with a hip-hop Christian artist, such as a Lecrae or other artists of that nature?
I have.
I think you would do good.
I will do great. However, I'm trying to fill out, you know, because I don't like all that churchy stuff. You dig? Like,
Yeah,
I like spiritual
yeah,
stuff, but
yeah.
I don't like all that churchy stuff. You act like you act like you perfect and all it. Like, I can't get jiggy with that, and we can have a conversation
Yeah.
about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I'm just searching for a real one. You know, like Mary J said, I'm just searching for some real.
I'm
You know what
looking
I
for a
mean?
real one.
But yeah, I definitely I would not turn it away. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a few of them. I like Alex Jean. I like Caleb Gordon. You know, I listen to Lecrae as well. But
That's like
you
my
know,
favorite.
yeah, come on, man,
like
hands
my
down.
boy. That's my
come
boy.
on, man, Lecrae, what up?
Hey, you feel me? You see
what's,
this?
What's
Hey,
up?
hit the line. We need a
Man,
feature.
real talk,
We
man.
need a
Bless
collaboration.
me.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, and through all that you've been through, you know, and I don't know what you've been through musically, but how do you stay motivated when facing adversity?
I stay motivated because I know we gonna face adversity. You are not exempt from adversity.
Nobody
so
is.
you might as well keep it trucking, you know? Like, cause if you stop, then adversity won. Yeah, you ain't gonna get me. You know what I mean? For real deal.
You ain't gonna get me.
Nah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So, what's the greatest fear you've ever had to overcome to get where you are today?
The greatest fear. You know, I think I'm in it right now. You know, cause I've been talking to God. I'm like, God, I'm finna just go full in. I'm finna just step out on faith, man. You told me I could trust you. You told me if I had the faith of a mustard seed that you told me my gifts would make room for me, man. You dig? So like I'm finna just I'm in it, and it's scary, you know, because you coming from something that's so structured. You come from something that's for show, you know. But when you bet on yourself, that's when you see what you really made of, you know. So it's kind of like, ooh, but that's it. I'm living in it right now, man, for sure.
And I'm glad you said that because a lot of people be scared, you know, to take that risk. And they be like, well, 700 is too much. No, it's not. You're scared.
What? You're scared. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is a big step.
Yeah,
you have
it
to put
is.
yourself in front of people you don't know.
It is.
Who are judgmental.
Yeah.
But that's a part of the game.
Right.
You know, do you
For
think
sure.
Jordan sat on the sideline was like, no, I don't want to hit no game winner tonight.
Yeah.
I don't want to dunk on Dennis Rodman tonight.
Yeah.
I just want to.
Right.
No, you
Right.
have to put yourself in that field. You
Yeah.
have to put your feet in the fire.
You do.
In order to know your outcome.
Yeah.
So I think that a lot of people will hear what you just said, and it'll take that away.
Yeah.
I think you just cleared a lot of people conscience.
Yeah, man.
Because they be so scared and
Yeah.
nervous. And
Yeah.
it's like, you don't have to be.
Right.
This is you.
This is you.
If you believe,
Right.
what you nervous for?
A lot of people don't believe in themselves, and it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, man. It's a lot of pressure. Can you handle it?
Can you handle
If
it?
you can't handle the heat, stay out the kitchen.
You know the rest.
You know the
You
rest.
know the
Yeah,
rest.
real
You
talk.
feel me?
Real talk.
So, what do you feel is the most important trait for a successful rap artist?
For a successful rap artist, I'm gonna define success differently, because there's a lot of people that's successful, but they broken, they empty. You dig? So to have that, first of all, you need to have some faith, and two, I feel like you need to have substance. You know, all the catchy gimmicks and stuff gon' go one day. And I feel like people is getting, you know, they're getting tired of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like that's what you need to have. You need to have a faith-based foundation. Not saying you got to be just gung-ho about God, because it takes time. It's a journey, you dig?
Exactly.
But,
Exactly.
you know, you got to start there and have some substance. Believe in what you saying and really mean what you saying. Like, if you really was out there living that life, then okay. You know what I mean? And you know you don't want nobody else to go through it. So, like, I just would look at the delivery in a different way, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Hey, we got time.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
If you
For
want to,
sure.
you know,
Yeah.
touch on something that I may
Yeah.
have not asked you, that's
Yeah.
cool too.
Oh, for sure,
We're here to
for
have
sure.
a conversation, help
Already.
people,
Yeah.
and, you know, expand more.
For sure.
That's all we're here for.
For sure.
You dig? So, how do you view the impact of streaming services on the music industry? Do you feel like it watered down some music, or do you feel like it's the best it's ever been?
Whew. I definitely don't feel like it's the best it's ever been, because like now it's like anybody can go and put their song on there. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can market their song, and anybody could do it, you know, and they might not be the best or whatever the case may be. But I feel like streaming service is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of iffy, you know what I'm saying? It got its pros and its cons, you know, but if we had platforms like this and it was still the same structure as how it was in the old days, because that's how Superstars was created, you know, like this, now we can't find, like, what's up?
It's hard.
It's hard. It's hard out here for
And I think that's one of the reasons we did start this platform.
Yeah.
For artists like you, for artists like Hothead, for artists
sure.
like Revenue Rob.
Man.
Like artists like y'all, they not gonna find y'all because they don't know where to look.
They don't.
We know where to look.
For sure.
All the artists are in the South, I'm telling you. New York, they got their people.
Yeah.
Other places got their people. I'm not knocking them, but
Yeah.
I just feel like the South has untapped talent. And every time we have an episode, we show them more
for
and
sure.
more.
Yeah.
This is where you need to be.
For sure.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, we're trying to be 106 in Park.
Oh.
We're trying to have you cut on your TV,
Come
you
on.
leaving work, you ready to miss your friend's
Yes,
party to come
yes.
see who's next.
Yes, for
Who's
sure.
the next big star.
That's the vibe it's giving.
That's what we want to produce.
That's what it's giving.
You know, so that's why when we do this, we doing this
Yeah.
for love.
Yeah.
We're not doing this for money.
Right.
Now, the money's nice touch.
Right.
But
Come on
we,
now.
We're not doing this for money.
Yeah,
you know,
for
I don't
sure.
wake up and be like, oh, I'm just gonna make a couple
Yeah,
$100.
right.
No, I'm like, bro,
right.
let's grow this to where we can step back.
Yeah.
And it runs itself.
It do.
It's a machine.
The money gonna come regardless, you know, but you can feel the passion when you in this environment. You can feel the passion, you can feel the love, you know what I'm saying? For sure. So yeah.
And I definitely feel like with your music, that's what I hear. Passion, experience, life struggles.
Man.
I love music like that.
Yeah.
You know, because to me, it's like we living in a world where what's normal is not normal anymore. You know, and what's not normal is definitely normal
Man,
now.
for sure.
And it fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this shift in the world is really, even with artists, it's
Yeah.
fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like I see a lot of people and I'm like, he has no artist development.
Dang.
He has nobody to tell him like, hey, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Or if you come
Right.
articulate yourself this way.
Right.
Or if you're going into a business, present yourself this way.
Right.
You know, that's missing now. I can see a lot of artists now who can make good songs but cannot perform.
Dang.
They don't have the energy. It's not there.
Yeah.
It's lazy.
You gotta have the package.
You gotta have the package,
For
bro.
sure, for
And that's
sure.
what I hope they get from this interview today. Like,
For sure.
it's you gotta have the package.
Yeah.
You're not just a rapper. You can talk. You can articulate yourself.
Man.
Shit, I feel like I can take you in a label right now, and we can get a deal right now,
Come on.
tonight.
What's happening?
That's
Come
all
on
I'm
now.
saying.
Come on
That's all I'm saying.
Come on
And I
now.
feel it's coming. I
It's
definitely
coming.
feel it's
It's
coming.
coming, for sure.
You feel me? So,
Yeah.
what's your approach to marketing your music now that you performed and everybody's in your DMs?
Right.
Everybody's following Genaya now.
Right.
How do you market your music?
Man, I'm figuring it out. You dig? You know, like I'm just going with the feeling, and I know it shouldn't always be like that because you need structure, you know, and order. But yeah, I just go with the flow now as far as like how I want to roll things out. I know for sure I'm gonna keep expanding it and keep, you know, just investing like platforms like this. This is like raw marketing right here. You know, raw promotion.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
it don't get no better than stuff like this.
For sure.
So that, and then like, you know, just being able to put out more content, you know, like outside of here as well. Just keep doing that, and we gonna see how Rocket will come together.
I definitely agree that you should hit every platform you can.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like from now until your legs run tired.
Yeah,
You
for
should
sure.
hit every platform you can.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that you're one of them ones.
Man, I
because when
appreciate
we
it.
dropped you and it went up, I checked the numbers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a numbers guy. Numbers beat anything any day.
For sure.
So when I saw it, I hit my partner. I'm like, hey, you watching this? He's like, yeah, but I don't think I was in there for that one. I said,
Yeah.
oh, you was definitely in there for that
for
one.
sure.
It just was so good that
Yeah.
you looking like,
Yeah.
damn, I did her too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, that's
so
love.
once we got ready to drop that and I'm looking at the numbers, I'm like, I smell another million. I definitely smell another million. They haven't restricted you yet or anything.
Come on.
And we already over the threshold of
Come on.
100,000.
Come on.
We getting there. We get there.
I didn't even know.
Come on, man.
Come
I
on.
watch the numbers.
Come on, man.
You think I'm not watching the numbers?
For sure. I be peeping them too. I
You
ain't
see
gonna
what I'm
cap.
saying?
I ain't gonna cap. But
And you
yeah.
gotta watch the number because to
Yeah.
me that'll tell me how everybody perceived you, how everybody, you know, were you
Sure.
good?
Yeah.
Were you not everybody's taste? Or was it like, okay, they looking at it like, oh, this song didn't do it for me, but you might do another one.
Yeah.
So I also, you know, tell artists, don't quit. You can come the first time, if they don't like it, cool, go get something else.
Bring it back.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, they ain't gonna like every song you do.
No.
Even my favorite artists, I don't like every song they do.
It's like that.
It's something that I feel like, okay, that's cool for the tape.
Yeah.
But there are ones where I'm like,
yeah.
You probably should have put this with that by itself because the other two ain't mixing with it. But hey, you know, I ain't gonna tell you how to do your job.
Right. That's
I'm
right.
gonna just give you some little, you know,
some little,
and see if you take it
little
in.
pointers and tippers. Yeah,
that's
real
it, because
talk.
you know we've had an artist where he performed and everybody didn't take to it. They didn't boo him, but he didn't get the response he wanted.
Yeah.
So I urged him to like come back again.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Right.
Just come back again, bro.
Come on.
You know, because we have artists who hit here and they do crunk songs and they come back and do some countries and people like.
Yeah.
But that's just what they like about you.
Yeah.
You know, don't take it as a slight. Just be like, well, okay.
Right.
My audience like when I do this type of music.
For sure.
If that's not you, then don't do it. But if you want to appeal to your artist, sometimes you're going to have to give them what they want.
For sure.
You know? Like I look at artists like Skilla Baby. Who else? I say even Kevin Gates sometimes. They feed their audience.
What they
they
want.
know some of that music they making is not just what they want to make.
For
but
sure.
they know that if I give them this, they're going to love it.
And that's what it's about.
And that's what it's about, man. Finding that silver lining as an artist.
Right.
So with everything you've been through, what would you say is your career milestone that you're proud of? It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be small. But what are you proud of?
What am I proud of? Man, I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this recent milestone here. You know, I've always been the kind of person that just want to go off and just do something extravagant, not what everybody else is on. And I felt like when I came to this platform, that was something that was like that. That's the first thing that really popped in my mind because I'm now in the mindset of like, it's time to go hard. Like, don't play, like, don't let up. You know what I'm saying? So I felt real good about just coming here. And then, like, I seen how my city was like on it, like, and I felt like my city was crab in the bucket type city. You dig? And I know it's some fake love here and there. I ain't tripping. But for the most part, it's love. Like when I touch the town, man, it's love, man. And that just make me proud. That just make me happy, man. You dig?
So coming back after that performance and everybody seeing it.
Yeah.
Initially, what did you think? Did you think, well, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna see? Or was you like, they gonna fuck with me when I come home after this? I just rocked it, bitch. Cause that's how I was. When you walked off, I was like, he need to drop her first.
Yeah.
I need to watch her as soon as we get to the house type shit. Like, I need a rush on that.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I'm doing them according to how they book. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I
Pop
can't
that
wait
on.
on that. I need that now.
Yeah,
But for you, how was that? Like going home and getting all that love, how did that make you feel?
Man, it made me gain a sense of love for my city that I didn't have before, you know? Because, and then when I think about it, it's like what was you really doing for them to support? You ain't even did nothing for real.
Thanks.
You getting in the studio, like, that's cool. Crafting your sound, that's cool. Like, all that's cool. Yeah. But what have you really done to put the city on the map, though? Like, giving them something to support. So it kind of felt like it kind of felt like the people's champ type of thing. Like, come on, G. We need you to put it on the map. You dig? So, like, that's how I felt. And I don't let none of that stuff go to my head. I don't let none of it get me all, I stay grounded, you dig? Because that's what you got to do. Because that's when people start turning on you and really showing their true color. I want you to show your true colors, though. Don't get it twisted. But, you know, when you get to doing stuff like that and you get your ego all in it, that's when people want to shun you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I
definitely agree. They'll try to dim your light.
In
situations like that. But I'm glad you got that. You deserved it.
Yeah, for sure.
I honestly feel like this should have been a parade.
Man.
You know, you should have had a big ass belt.
Yeah.
Maybe a crown or something. You feel me? A bottle
like,
in his hand.
Chill.
I'm just saying. A contract
sure.
in his hand. I just felt like, because I love seeing people come from their hometown to put on.
Yeah.
That's why I like Florida so much, because we get a lot of Florida artists.
Florida been coming through.
Yes.
They been coming through. And they hot and they fire though.
I like it.
They
I definitely
fire.
like it.
They got that potent. Not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
Got that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. So I feel like you putting your city on, you doing what you're doing, is gonna open the door for a lot of artists to be like, I want to do what she did.
Yeah, for sure.
I want, because that's the step. I wanted you to say that what you did, but
Yeah.
that was something I wanted you to say because that's a step.
Yeah.
Putting yourself on a stage
Yeah, for
in
sure.
front of however many people there is,
Come on.
it's a step,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I know some people who can't get up in front of their class and solve a problem.
See.
Let alone get in front of 50 people and perform.
Yeah, for sure.
That's tough.
Tough, man.
And you went up there so calm and collected. I said, this shit gotta be good. Ain't no sweat. She don't look fidgety,
man,
nothing.
yeah,
She
for
just,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
here to give them the light.
Let's do it.
Cool. Why is she so cool?
Oh, man.
You know, because I
Chill.
mean, we get a lot of people who are nervous.
Yeah.
And I mean, like shaking, like I hand on the mic and they like this.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, I feel so
man.
sorry
Yeah,
for them because
right.
I want you to be calm. This is a safe
Right,
space.
yeah.
This is your craft.
For sure.
Pop it.
For
you
sure.
feel me? But
man.
I also want to touch on this for the artists that's coming out your city, younger artists, older artists, it don't matter.
Yeah.
What's the message you would give them on this journey to help them? What would you leave them with?
Wichita, man, we gotta stick together, okay? Like, we gotta stick together. Ain't nobody bigger than the next person. You dig? Like, that's our problem. We gotta come together and really show love when people is doing their due diligence. We gotta come and we gotta show love, man, and we gotta help craft each other. If it's something I can help you with, then I'm gonna help you with. If it's something you can help me with, come on, let's exchange value and let's really put our city on the map. Like, cause bottom line is, like, we all want our peoples to be eaten. We all want our city on, and like, it's just imperative that we mesh together. We not hating on each other. We collabing with each other, you know, in the right fashion, in the right manner. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gonna say. We gotta stick together, man, because we all we got for real. And then you come to places like Atlanta, and then they showing your people love. Now you have no choice but to show love. So like, let's do it anyway, dog. Like, I already knew you was gonna do it. So yeah, that's what I would say, man. 316 up. I love my city for real.
You feel me? And I appreciate you for doing that because I think when I came here, that was something I noticed.
Yeah.
Everybody from Atlanta fuck with each other.
Receptive.
I don't care if you selling water, house
Whatever.
shoes, TVs.
Come on.
Like, they are together,
Real
bro.
talk.
And I think that's what separated a lot of us from where we from. There's no unity.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to put on the pants and say, hey, look, bro.
Right.
I probably can't make hooks better than you.
Right.
Can you help me?
Come on.
Can you feel me?
Yeah, let's do a hook together or something, and that might help. You know what I mean? Where you from?
I'm from Mississippi.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mississippi,
Southern.
Yeah,
That's
Jackson,
what's that.
Mississippi to be exact.
Ooh, that's far. The home of dancing dolls.
Yeah.
That's heat.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
a
man,
little
you come
different
from
that way.
You come from a place.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, for
And
sure.
I feel like if you can survive there, you can
survive anywhere.
Any
I
fucking
heard about
where.
Jackson.
You feel me?
For
Like,
sure. For
it's some
sure.
crazy. We ain't gonna get into
Yeah.
that. It's some- you know.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
You know.
For
But
sure.
before we get out of here,
Yeah.
I want you to. Is there one piece of advice, a mentor, a family, other artists have given you that you hold on to?
That I hold on to.
That you got right there. I'm talking about. Every time you face something, you be like,
That you can't forget.
That I can't forget.
that you.
That you wouldn't have to think about 15 seconds.
Oh Lord. All I'm thinking about is my partner, man, that passed away, my partner Juice, man. Like, he believed in me more than I believed in myself at times, you know? And like more than I believed in myself. And that's the partner I was talking about. If I don't keep this thing going, he gonna haunt me for sure. Like, cause he'll give me little notebooks, you know, Alpha, don't stop, keep going, you know, like, and he right here, bro. Bro, you know how it is. You know how we rock it, man. Rest in love. But yeah, he's a major part. I mean, with every single situation. When we went to South by Southwest, he was there. A3C, he was there. If he was alive, he would have been at the debut. You better believe it, for sure. Like, in networking, y'all would know this man.
Yeah.
For real deal.
Yeah.
Like, Like, so, that is him. He right here, man. Kwame, I love you, bro. Much love, bro.
R.I.P. Kwame, man.
Yeah, real
So
talk.
before we get out of here, let the people know what you have coming up and where they can find you.
Where they can find me, man. I am Genaya, Genayac. My name is Genaya, not Genaya. You dig? We got a performance tomorrow at the debut. Tap inward, and I got many more videos coming out. And man, y'all let me know what y'all want, man. You dig? I'm here to serve you.